So I actually had a mindset switch about 5 years ago in terms of how I perceive burnout, because I always thought that if I wasn't constantly moving, if I wasn't constantly doing something, then I was a failure. Because school has a set schedule and you have to run along with that schedule, right? So you must do the work, even if you don't feel like doing the work, obviously. But what I realized as an adult, you don't have to have your focus distributed on different things. Then you can actually have your focus distributed more evenly, and this can work in your advantage as an adult. School has taught you to be unproductive by giving you 5 separate classes during the day. You go to one class and then you go to the next, then you go to the next, then you go to the next. Your focus is unevenly distributed. And this may have conditioned you to believe that doing multiple things at once means that you're being productive, but that actually may not be the case for you. If you're not willing to put in the work, click off this video now. I'm here to show you the reality of life, not shortcuts or hacks. But if you improve 1% a day, that is not a day lost. And never compare yourself to others. So sometimes doing more isn't necessarily a good thing because your focus is being distributed throughout the whole entire day and interrupted. So as an adult, the good thing is you could get a job that you're interested in that's going to help you keep your focus. You can also spend time doing your hobbies. You could spend more time doing this hobby or doing that hobby or getting better at this sport, for example. But I found also what burnout has done to me is when I compare myself to others. So for example, if I'm playing a sport and I'm trying to do very well, then I try to compare myself and then I feel hopeless in terms of getting more burnt out. Like I get more burnt out just because I think I'm not doing good enough. So I would ask questions like, why is he doing a better job than me? How do they keep going without any rest? And how do they keep the same quality of work or the same quality of technique? Now, this comparison made me work 10 times harder, and it also made me ignore the signs and the signals that my body was giving me to tell me, you're burnt out. But what are the 3 things this dangerous thinking pattern can do to you? Let's get into that. So being tired will amplify your autistic traits since you're closer to having a meltdown or a shutdown. And this may make you do things that you regret, such as maybe saying something that you shouldn't have, or maybe making a bad decision. So you're naturally going to be more prone to sensory overloads, which will make you make those mistakes, which is then going to make you more burnt out in the long run. So I'm going to give you an easy example for this, and I'll use my YouTube channel. So as you can see, I've been posting less frequently, but my goal is to post once a month and hopefully do a bit of a better job. Now, let's apply this to your tasks. So you may compare yourself to someone else and you may go, oh, that person can do this task in 1 week. So should I. But you have to change your perspective with this, because your 2 weeks is like their 1 week. If you can do just as much as the other person, you may need to do that in 2 weeks instead of 1, and that's okay. So this can apply to the person. Some people need 2 days rest. Some people need 6 days rest. You need to find how much rest you actually need. I would say you would need at least 2 to 3 days rest. That is like a minimum you need. Now you could be like me where you try doing 1 day of rest and you try to really rest in that one day. But I would say I do need more rest personally. Purely, it's about resting, not doom scrolling, not working, not worrying about things. That's a big thing. If you worry, it can really take a toll. And overthinking as well. All you need to do is rest, right? However this looks for you, this can look different for everyone, and every personality is different, so you need to find what works. But personally, I'll tell you what I do. I like to wake up with no set schedule, no routine, right? And go through my day very slow, because I'm really good at setting routines and setting schedules and all that. It really depends on the day. Like if I'm working, then I'm working. So my day's already gone. So I just go to work and do what I need to do. But I try not to rush as well. So throughout the day, if I haven't got a schedule, okay, no rush, just dawdle here, dawdle there. Do anything that might fill up my battery, that might make my energy levels increase rather than deplete. So yeah, maybe do an easy task like cleaning or sorting. I like to do that. Maybe some people don't like to do that. Maybe you just need to sit and do nothing. It's really up to you and up to what you think gives you energy and gives you rest. So that's the end of this video. Like and subscribe to watch more educational content about autism and how to be an independent young man on the autism spectrum. Now, so what I would recommend you do now is go watch my previous video on daily and weekly scheduling. Now, that's going to help you get an understanding of how to schedule your days, your weeks, and also have monthly and yearly goals to really help you crack down on your goals and your vision. Anyway, thank you for watching.